In the heart of the Andromeda Galaxy, among the bustling trade routes and advanced civilizations, lay the small planet of Zorax 7. Its inhabitants, the Zoraxians, were a proud and formidable species known for their advanced technology and fierce independence. They rarely sought help, believing that their own strength and ingenuity were sufficient for their needs. One day, a fierce battle broke out between two rival factions of the Zoraxian Empire. The conflict, brutal and unforgiving, left many wounded, including a young Zoraxian girl named Lyra. Her injuries were severe, and despite the best efforts of her people, her condition continued to deteriorate. The Zoraxians, with their pride and disdain for outsiders, had refused assistance from any external source, believing that their enemies would only use the opportunity to undermine their strength. In the midst of the chaos, a lone human medic, Lieutenant Sarah Thompson, found herself on Zorax 7 as part of a diplomatic mission. Sarah was renowned throughout the galaxy for her unparalleled skills in emergency medical care. She had seen her fair share of conflicts and crises, but nothing prepared her for the situation she encountered on this planet. The Zoraxians had set up a makeshift medical facility, but it was overwhelmed. Lyra's condition was critical, and despite the best efforts of the Zoraxian medics, their technology was failing them. Desperation filled the air, but the Zoraxians' pride prevented them from accepting help from an outsider. The young girl's life hung by a thread. Sarah's arrival did not go unnoticed. Her presence, clad in the standard-issue uniform of the Galactic Federation's Medical Corps, was met with suspicion and hostility. Yet, seeing the condition of the girl and the desperate looks of the Zoraxian medics, Sarah decided to take matters into her own hands. Ignoring the hostile glares, she stepped forward and began to assess Lyra's condition. Her advanced medical scanner quickly revealed the extent of the injuries, multiple fractures, severe internal bleeding, and signs of shock. The Zoraxian medics tried to push her away, but Sarah's determination was unshakable. "You need to let me help her," Sarah said firmly, her voice cutting through the tension. "She's not going to make it if we don't act quickly." The lead Zoraxian medic, a stern and grizzled figure named Joran, looked at Sarah with a mixture of anger and desperation. "Why should we trust you?" he growled. "You're an outsider and we don't need your help." Sarah met his gaze with calm resolve. "You can either let me help her or you can watch her die. The choice is yours." For a moment, the room was silent. The Zoraxians were torn between their pride and their instinct to save the girl. Finally, Joran's stern expression softened, and he gave a reluctant nod. "Fine, help her." With a quick but practiced movement, Sarah set to work. Her advanced medical kit, a marvel of human technology, was soon in use. She stabilized Lyra's condition, stopping the internal bleeding and realigning the fractured bones. The Zoraxian medics watched in awe as Sarah worked with precision and care. Her skills were beyond anything they had seen, and it was clear that she was their only hope. As hours passed, Sarah's efforts began to show results. Lyra's condition stabilized, and her breathing became more regular. The room, once filled with tension and skepticism, began to hum with a newfound hope. The Zoraxian medics, though still wary, could not ignore the miraculous transformation unfolding before them. By the time the first light of dawn touched the planet's surface, Lyra's condition had improved significantly. Sarah, exhausted but relieved, stood back and allowed the Zoraxian medics to take over. They were now fully supportive of her efforts, acknowledging the incredible skill and dedication she had shown. Joran approached Sarah, his demeanor softened by gratitude. "You saved her life," he said, his voice filled with a newfound respect. "I didn't think we needed your help, but you proved me wrong." Sarah gave a small, tired smile. "I didn't do it for recognition. I did it because she needed help. That's what matters." The experience left a lasting impact on the Zoraxians. Their pride had been challenged, but they had witnessed firsthand the compassion and skill of a human medic who had come to their aid without hesitation. In the weeks that followed, the relationship between the Zoraxians and the humans began to change. What had once been a cold, distant interaction transformed into a partnership built on mutual respect and trust. Lyra, now recovering well, became a symbol of the unexpected bonds that could form even in the most dire of circumstances. Her gratitude towards Sarah and the humans extended beyond her recovery, fostering a sense of camaraderie between their peoples. In the vast and diverse galaxy where pride and prejudice often dictated interactions, the story of Sarah and Lyra stood as a testament to the power of compassion and the unifying force of empathy. It was a reminder that sometimes the most unlikely heroes could emerge from the most unexpected places, and that true strength often lay in the willingness to help others, no matter the cost.